I don't think it's done for purposes of PR. I think it's a lot of that. When you want to look at something negatively, there are a lot of people comments that say, "Okay, yes, we see you. But you're doing it for the photo op. You're just there to take the picture, hand over a dummy check, and then go back to making money," which is what people think corporates are focused on.
It's not like we're showing off. Because when the intention is to lift people with us, then highlighting the efforts you're putting in is not vanity. It's actually visibility of the cause. And you need everyone to join on that cause.
The digital literacy is given to the young people. It will give them so many critical skills. I consider myself as a young person.
Wow. Did you know that companies that actively invest in communities are 2 times more likely to be trusted by their customers? And here's another one. In Africa, over 60% of young people believe that businesses should play a bigger role in solving social challenges. Hi everyone, welcome to Yellow Talk, our podcast here at MTN Rwanda. I'm your host, David Kaitari. At MTN, we believe that our success is beyond just numbers and networks, but the lives we touch within our communities. Today we're going to unpack what CSR really means and why it matters. I'm joined by 3 amazing people. Sharon Mazimaka, she's the General Manager for Corporate Services. Exode Rukundo, he's the manager here at MTN, in charge of Enterprise Business Analytics. And Vanessa, who's the graduate in the Customer Experience Department. Welcome to Yellow Talk. I'll start with you, Sharon. Let's dive into the conversation. Why do you think companies invest in communities? Is it because we owe them something back, or is for a deeper reason?
Well, thanks, David. I think the simple answer is it's the right thing to do. As a corporate, we gain a lot from our customers or corporates from the services. Yes, someone is paying for a service they received, but the corporates do gain very much from that loyalty of customers. So it's only right to give back in the communities that we serve. It's also the smart thing to do. This part's not said out loud so much, but when you're investing in the social economic development of a community, you're investing in future customers. So when we talk about youth empowerment, when we talk about education, we are building people that will one day be our customers. So it does end up on the profit side, it's good business as well. But I think bigger than that, it's the responsible thing to do. That's why the word responsible is there. And especially when you're licensed and you're a regulated company, the government is trusting you to offer a particular service. So you want to also support them in their initiatives and their social economic development goals for their country. So you can't exist in isolation as a corporate. You are part of a community, and your customers enable us to do what we do every day. So it's just the right thing to do, and it's the smart thing to do.
All right, I love that. I think it's everyone's responsibility to give back to the community. And yes, when it comes to corporate companies now, it's like a must. So Exode, you've been active on the ground and working closely with communities. I've seen you in so many initiatives. What does giving back look like in practice?
I would say that, as Sharon said, first of all, it's responsibility. Secondly, it's like living what we are doing. Because I've been part of some of the Yellow Care initiatives around the country. And I remember one that actually impacted me so much. Back in 2019, I remember we visited one school in Rwamagana, HBP Gatagara, with disabled people, especially visual impaired kids. We were supposed to do environmental initiatives, moving around the school, cleaning, planting trees, but we had a session where we needed to inspire them, about brighter lives. But I stood next to one guy and I teased him, because actually we became friends, and I wanted to tease him, and I said, "Can you write down my name?" and he did it beautifully. And I asked him, how do you manage to do this? And he was like, we can see still in the darkness, especially when you are with us. I was like, we were supposed to teach them what brighter lives means, but those guys actually know, because they can even see in the darkness, especially when we are next to them. It was like, I got shocked. I almost cried. I was like, them seeing with their hearts goes deeper than seeing with the normal eyes. And it impacted me. I left with this burden of always being there for communities, especially the marginalized, the left behind communities that need us to support and to do something. So being part of these initiatives actually impacted me a lot. I thought I was going to impact, but I got impacted. And I was like, wow, I now understand why we need to be there. It's not about responsibility. It goes deep into the heart of who we are as a company. Because I believe that a company, a registered company, is made up with people who work for those companies. And those people are coming from different locations, different perspectives of life, and we are all putting together, even these initiatives, visions of big companies, they are driven by the hearts of people. So if we may be touched deep in our hearts to understand why we are going, we're not giving back. We bring back to where we came from. I come from a rural area. I understand what it means to be a marginalized group or community. So me going back, it's not like I'm giving you back on what you've given. It's like I'm being who I am supposed to be. Big companies are supposed to be there for those people. They're not only our customers, they are our relatives, they are our friends, our brothers, our sisters. So for me, that's what it means, being there for our people. We did come to Kigali to leave them back there. We are here to actually lift them with us. As we see a nation building, as we see a nation developing, we're not supposed to be seated here and feel like everything is limited.
That's really powerful. Thanks, Exode. And I think what you're just saying is that it comes from within the heart. Now, maybe
But it
let's...
feels good also.
Yeah.
And you gain more than you think you're giving, but you're actually gaining more than.
Yeah, I think it gives that sense of satisfaction. And yeah, so now let's actually bring it closer now to staff. I know, Vanessa, you are one of the newest employee here in this room, at least. Yeah, so you've probably heard about CSR, yes, corporate social responsibility, but what does this really mean to you as a new staff, but also someone who has just joined the organization?
Thank you, David. I think it really means a lot now that I think about it. I remember my first impression was very inspiring. I already knew MTN as a leader in telecom, and I already knew that they're doing really great. But what struck me most was the way the company takes time to give back to the community. And my first time attending the activity, the Yellow Care activity, I was so amazed of the energy of the employees. People weren't just showing up. They weren't just being there because they've been assigned to do the activity, but they were courageous, they were excited and really, really proud to be there. And that's when I realized that this is not just a side project for MTN. It's within the companies and the employees, as Exode said, it's within the employees' DNA. And it really inspired me, and I'm really glad I'm a part of the company, and I really gained the position to do the activities.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I think this resonates with someone I met, I think a few weeks ago. He was telling me how on his LinkedIn profile, he updated volunteering as one of the...
I did as well.
You did? That's wonderful. Now, so I think I have this provocative question. I want to throw it to actually everyone, but let me start with Sharon. Do you think CSR is a good PR, or does it really make a difference? I know we've explained it, but from the PR perspective, what's your take?
I don't think I don't think it's done for purposes of PR. I think it's a lot of that. When you want to look at something negatively, there are a lot of people comments that say, okay, yes, we see you, but you're doing it for the photo op. You're just there to take the picture, hand over a dummy check, and then go back to making money, which is what people think corporates are focused on. I think there's a way some people can do CSI as a PR opportunity, but I don't think that is the majority because that's not sustainable. It's not long. It's not lasting, and the lack of what's the opposite of being genuine? In the lack of genuine, inauthentic. If you do it just for PR, that will be very clear. I don't think that's what CSR is for. I really believe it is impactful. I think that's why when you do a CSI initiative, there's that follow up, there's assessment to see, okay, have we made a difference? And the good thing about it is if maybe someone wants to do it just for the photo op, you're actually leaving something behind. So your intention may just be for that photo, but the community does benefit. You do hand over that donation, you do give that laptop, you do, or whatever it is. But I don't think dismissing CSI as a PR stance.
It's more of the impact.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it really is about impact. People are quick to dismiss it sometimes, but I think that comes back to consistency. So if as a corporate you're consistently doing these initiatives, that talk of, oh, this is just for PR comes down. But if you pop up once every 10 years to do a CSI, then it doesn't seem genuine. But I think it's about the impact. You leave
It-
the
I
communities
actually-
different
Yes,
than
I
when you got
actually
there.
agree with you. I've always seen this a very impactful part of our DNA. It's not like we're showing off. Because when the intention is to lift people with us, then highlighting the efforts you're putting in is not vanity. It's actually visibility of the cause. And you need everyone to join on that cause. If your actions are speaking for the voiceless, the people we serve that are in those communities, then telling the story.
Not a crime.
Yeah, it's not a crime. It's not pride. It's like purpose. It's like you want people to join you and you showing them what's possible. Because I believe even these employees that go out, these big corporate that we say, most of the time we say they're showing off. They're made with those people, as I said, who understand what it means when we don't leave anyone behind, when we include anyone in whatever we're doing. That's what I think.
There's no shame, I think, in showing what you're doing because it inspires others to do the same. I think that's what I got from what you were saying.
Vanessa, if you are given a chance to implement one of the CSR projects, let's maybe limit ourselves to MTN or think broadly. Which one would you take?
That's a really great question. If I had the opportunity to champion one of the CSR projects, I'd focus on digital literacy and inclusion for young people. See, David, in today's world, access to technology is the first thing. But what really transforms lives, especially for young people, is the way that technology is used, and it should be used effectively to learn, to create, to innovate. And I think that if the digital literacy is given to the young people, it will give them so many critical skills: problem solving, online communication, information management, which is crucial these days. And all that package will help a young person, not only a young person, I was going to say myself, but I consider myself as a young person.
You are.
Everyone using technology, everyone using technology, that package of that can boost their lives both personally and professionally.
That's really good. Actually, I agree with her, but I would do it a bit, I twist it a little bit. Because I believe that most of the time we look at the young people, but we forget that these guys are staying with the other generation. There's a generational gap in our literacy. And it's something I always believe that we need to address. If we need to see a whole society transforming, it's good to go into the schools and teach them and do everything, but these guys go back home at the end of the day, and you find they're the ones telling their moms and their aunts, their dads to buy those smartphones. But most of the time, I don't know. I work in a telecom company, but I'm always against this thing of going always on social media and don't see people being impacted really with what we're driving. Because you find most of the time we put data and handsets into the hands of our people, but what they do, I've actually believed that the level of development we have art should actually accelerate if we teach these people to use these digital devices in the right way. You go on Facebook, it's not bad to be informed of what it's doing, but how is it impacting my mom who is there and cultivating? How is she having access to the market? How is she getting informed about the weather and everything? I want to ship it from my brother who is in the school because I know whatever we do, he will get access to that. That's the bigger, actually, development plan for the country. Every young person is going to have access to digital life. But at the end of the day, he's going back home and he will find my mom with access to handset, to a smartphone. But my mom is always busy texting us once in a while because she doesn't understand what it does. And she doesn't know that she can actually use it when she's cultivating for the food we eat when we get back home. So I need to actually remove that gap that most of the time created by this generational understanding of the importance of what we do. Because if we really want to impact, we can't leave anyone behind.
Are you saying that companies should customize what is needed within the community?
Yes. Whenever we choose to go back into the villages, into the communities, let's go back with a holistic view of everyone there and try to impact everyone. Not
Depending on the need.
Yes, depending on the need and the relevancy and the impact it will have on their...
Who will benefit from that?
Benefit, yes.
Yeah, I think it's a very good point because so many people are focused on the youth, and there is a forgotten generation, the elder generation that are still part of society. They're not, off in a corner somewhere, and they do feel left behind. They hear things being said, jargon, AI, what, and no one is really taking the time to invest in developing that elder generation to say, you're still with us, you can still contribute, you still need these digital tools for your own purposes, different from maybe what the youth are using it. I've never actually thought about that.
It's really great.
It's a really good point.
It actually opened my mind. But again, I think that it's youth's homework to deliver that because they have that access firsthand. So they should deliver that to their parents, uncles, and everyone without
pass on what they're...
outside that. Yeah.
All right, great insight here. I think we have a lot of ideas and what we think CSR means, but I think we'll leave it now to our viewers. If you have a comment, please drop it and tell us what do you think, what's your perspective on this. So drop a message or leave a like or share with your friends and family. I want to thank our guests. Thank you, Sharon. Thanks, Exode and Vanessa. Yeah, this was really great.